Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with another thoughts, analysis, and rant. Well, it is that time of the year. It is the Mobile World Congress 2019. As with the title of this video, I'm giving you my thoughts of the Samsung Galaxy S10s, my analysis of the Galaxy S10s, and my rant of the Galaxy S10s. Yes, I do have a rant on this. So, as usual, let's get it on with the specs first. Now, I'm not going to talk about the 5G in the specs because it's all similar. But, so, basically, this is what I hate about Samsung, and I'm going to get into the rant later. Copying the Apple model. So they have released 3 models. It is the Galaxy S10e, the Galaxy S10, and the S10 Plus. So all of these have the dynamic AMOLED capacitive touchscreen. The S10 has a 5.8-inch screen with a 19:9 aspect ratio, 1080 by 2280. And the S10 and the S10 Plus both share resolution 1440 by 3040 pixels. The S10 comes in 6.1 inch, which is a bump up from the S9 5.8 screen, and the S10 Plus comes in at 6.4 inch, which is basically the same size as the Note. I'm gonna get into that later because I'm worried about the Note. And when it comes to glass, it comes in with a Corning Gorilla Glass 6. It is the only display that I know so far that is HDR certified, whatever that means. They all come with Android 9, which is the Pie. Comes in with the Snapdragon 855, which is the latest and greatest. They all come with a 128 gigabit of storage base. That is the base. And the RAM comes in at 6 or 8 gig RAMs of memory. And the S10 comes with a front camera, single hole front camera. The S10 also comes with a single front camera. And the S10 Plus comes with two front camera. And here is the thing, okay? I still don't understand it. No one seem, or maybe there's only a few that I don't know, that has the front camera with OIS. Why is it taking this long, and why is the only HTC 10 that has it? I don't get it. So the S10 and the S10e both share the same camera, 12 megapixels, and then obviously comes with a 16 megapixel ultra wide, and then the S10 comes with additional camera, 3 cameras in the front, in the back, which has an OIS and 2x optical zoom. Comes with ultra wide, 16 megapixels, a telephoto at 12 megapixels, and then obviously the front is 12 megapixels. Same thing with the S10e. Now the S10 Plus has 2 cameras in the front, 12 megapixel obviously, and then the 3 cameras in the back. It is the 12 megapixel, and then with 2x optical zoom, 60 megapixel, and so on, and another 10 megapixel. Just so you know, the S10 Plus has 2 cameras in the front, but only one of them is actually a so-called camera, because the other one is only for depth sensing. That's it. The S10 Plus also comes in 1 terabyte of storage, the only model that will get 1 terabyte, and it has a 12 gigabit of RAM. That's more than a lot of laptops today. That is absolutely ridiculous. So when it comes to video, they can all shoot 4K at 30 frames per second, and obviously 1080 30 frames per second with 60 mega frames per second. good audio. Shout out to Samsung for giving us the headphone jack at 32-bit with 384 kilohertz of audio. As you know, that's gonna sound good, and it is actually tuned by AKG, and it also has Dolby Atmos for all of you who cares about that. Bluetooth 5.0. It comes with FM radio, obviously USB Type-C. Now, this is where things get a little bit separated between S10e and the S10s. The S10e has a side fingerprint scanner, just like Sony's. And the S10 and the Plus comes with a under display fingerprint scanner. That's gonna be cool, but I don't really use fingerprint scanner. Another thing is the Bixby button can absolutely be remapped. Samsung announced that, which is pretty cool. And so here are the colors. They're all share the same color: prism white, prism black, prism green, prism blue, canary yellow, and flamingo pink. I really like the yellow, but when I saw the kind of yellow of it, it's absolutely atrocious yellow. It's like a lime yellow. It's like one of those yellow with a green tint to it. Why can't you just make it a true yellow? What about Ferrari yellow? What about a Galaxy yellow? You get what I mean? I just don't get it. All of them have a wireless charging, and here's the best part: it has reverse wireless charging, meaning you can wirelessly charge your watch and your earbuds. So here are the price point. We're looking at around $750 on the S10e, $900 to $950 on the S10s, and $1,000 to $1,100 on the S10 Plus. So that is it for the specs. So what are my thoughts on these Galaxy S10s? Now, it's pretty obvious that these phones are going head to head with Apple models. In the market of more phones, more models, you have to remember that Samsung have other models too, whether the A series, the M series. Now there's the Galaxy F, there's the Note series. How many more phones do Samsung need to release? Now let's just focus on the S10s. The S10s gives consumer three choices. But here's what I don't understand about it. If the S10e is 5.8 inches, so it is basically the same size as the S9, previous Galaxy S9. And so the S10 got a bump in screen sizes, it got bigger, and the S10 Plus is basically the same size as the Note. So if I was a consumer purchasing the S10 Plus, why get it when I can get the Note 10? And the Note 10 is absolutely much more convenient, much more practical, much more convenient, usable. And now that leaves me with the S10. Now why would I get the S10 when I can get the S10e, knowing that the S10 basically, when it comes down to it, has the same specs as the S10e, knowing that the S10e is the lower priced. When it comes to prices, I think these are $100 overpriced each model. I believe that the S10e could be, to me, should only be around $600 to $650. S10 should only be at $800. The S10 Plus should only be $900. Now you may say that the fingerprint scanner under display is a new tech, so we must pay for it. Well, the One Plus has it. It doesn't matter how much we consumer like new features and new tech, but the smartphone industry has plateaued. There's not much innovation on it. Now there are innovation with the extreme models, which is the Obviously, you can say the fingerprint scanner, the display, dynamic display, that looks nice. The full-on screen, I know there's a camera holes, but that looks nice. And there's the reverse wireless charge. Now, it has a lot of features. I do have to say that these phones definitely have a big battery capacity. 3100 on the S10e, 3400 on the S10, and 4100 on the S10 Plus. Wow, that is huge. But in a vacuum, when we go out shopping to what kind of phone we want, we're only gonna pick one. Now, do I believe that the S10e and the S10 are the biggest seller? Yes, I do. The S10 Plus to me will not be a good seller because, again, there's the Note series. Why release the S10 Plus, which is the same size as the Note? That's something that I do not understand from Samsung. Here's what should have they done. This is what should have they done. I believe that the S10e screen size should have been at 5.4. The S10 should have been at 5.8. And then the S10 Plus should have been a 6. That could have been the perfect size, because that will leave your Note at 6.2 or 6.3. Because the S10 Plus right now is at 6.4 inch, which is huge. Now, I can already tell that after this year, after the S10, could be next year, that Samsung is going to go back to the drawing board. And they're going to look at the numbers and say, why did we even bother with the S10 Plus knowing we have a Note? That's something I cannot answer. I'm not trying to say that's what they're going to do. I'm just guessing. But in a vacuum, I believe that the S10e and the S10 will be the good seller. Now, let's get on to the rant, okay? I don't get it. I don't get why Samsung needs to follow the Apple model. I really don't. I don't see a lot of people using the iPhone XL. I see more of the iPhone XS and the XR. And why do you need 3 models? Why can't you just keep it 2? The same thing as last year. You already have the Note. Now you're basically cannibalizing the Note with the S10 Plus. So it seems like, so this is where I'm going to get into about the Note. So basically, they are jeopardizing the Note series. Will the Note come back? Yes, it is. Because it's always been a great seller for Samsung. But the problem is that when you buy the S10 Plus, are you going to upgrade to the Note? The only difference is now is just the pen. What's the point of the pen now that you have a big screen phone? I'm very worried about the Note. The Note is probably the most beloved phablet, big screen phones that everybody seems to have a consensus of. It is usable, it is practical, it is convenient, it is functional, it is professional-like. There's no doubt that the Note is absolutely amazing. Now, another thing, when it comes to colors, Samsung can't figure out their colors. I like the flamingo pink, the prism green. Finally, they brought back the green back from the Galaxy S6. I love the S6 emerald green. But here's my problem. I'm looking at the US carriers and none of them seems to be carrying green. I don't get it. The problem what I have is their availability is the blue, the navy, the black, the prism white, and the flamingo pink. The blue and the black are too close. Why not make it different? Why just replace the blue and bring the green? it's just one of those mind-boggling things that I don't understand. Why can't Samsung figure out the colors here? And here's the thing, the price. Like I said, I do believe that these phones are $100 overpriced. And if you get these phones at a great deal, then I believe that you should get it. I'm going to repeat myself. The S10e should have been at $600 to $650. The S10 should be at $800. Is the S10 Plus should be at $900. Now, what would be the Note? Well, the Note right now is sitting at $1,000, and it's worth it. Everybody that I speak of is when they say, what phone is the closest that is worth $1,000? Everyone says the Note. The Note 9. Okay. My last rant about these phones is that the confusing aspect of having to release 3 models to the consumers. If you like big phones, get the S10 Plus. If you like a little bit smaller, get the S10. Now, if you like compact, get the S10e. But this is where my problem lies with this. If the S10 Plus fails, they're gonna say, oh, well, people don't like bigger phones, we might not release the Note 9. And then we're gonna say the S10, oh, the S10 is too small, but the S10 is perfect. Well, I mean, the S10, it's not small, it's too, and the S10 is not the S10 Plus. So there's gonna be some confusion here. This is why I did not like the 3 model aspect of having the S10, because of the confusion that they may bring to the consumer. I believe that they should have made the screen much more smaller, to the point where at least consumer can get a feel of it and can know which one, because I believe that the S10 Plus is too big, it's too close to the Note. The S10 is, again, it got way too big. I mean, you might as well get that if you want a big phone. And the S10e should have been much more smaller, because I believe it's getting way too close to their other models, which is the A series and the M series. So, in conclusion, what do I think of the S10s? I believe that the S10e is probably my favorite, due to having the same specs as the S10 and in smaller sizes. I like the headphone jack. I hate the yellow. If it was a good yellow, that's the color I was gonna get. But the second color would be the Prism green, but for some reason it's not available on US carriers. I might have to buy it unlocked. If I really had to get it through the carriers, I might get the Prism white. So this is just another step for, I mean, this is just another evolution in smartphone industry. And as Samsung being the leader of Android smartphones, their take on the future smartphones is an all-screen body. Well, not until they showed up the Galaxy app, which is another video on its own. So if you have any comments or opinion about the S10, or if you didn't like my comments on the S10 series, let me know down in the comments below. And so I will see you in another thoughts, analysis, and rant here, Mr. Informal. Bye bye.